Got a couple AM novelty radios here we'll take a look at and try and fix today. The first one is a gift from a viewer, a Mickey Mouse AM portable radio, and I thought this was timely because I keep hearing that Radio Disney is going to go off the air. Radio Disney, I guess, is just still on the air here in Los Angeles, and the time might be limited, although I've been hearing that for a long time. Radio Disney is the last station that's playing music besides the classical station on AM in the LA area. So I thought it'd be fun to fix this up because we might be in the final days of Radio Disney. So not recommended for children under 3. Not sure what content on AM is for children under 3, or maybe all of it is for children under 3. We also have a Bloomberg radio here. So I believe, and I could be wrong, Bloomberg is based out of New York. He ran for president kind of to block another presidential candidate. He's extremely wealthy. He has like a newspaper slash financial, like financials. He does, financial reporting, stuff like that, Wall Street. So I guess he has a radio station somewhere, AM 1130. And this is pretty interesting because in true Bloomberg style, the radio station is pretty much locked to AM 1130 plus or minus, I don't know, not much. So let's take a look at these two. Here are the instructions. Copyright Walt Disney Productions, of course. Your transistorized portable radio is manufactured with powerful solid-state circuitry receiving the standard AM broadcast band. Let's get into it and see just how powerful it is. Operation. Product of honcoidal typoids. This is interesting. I remember Mattel Toys when it was, well, there's a Ford dealership now there, but they moved it somewhere. It was a huge building. And, of course, when they abandoned it, we did an Urbex Explorer on the abandoned Mattel Toys building. That was years and years ago. That might have been around the year 2000. 20 years ago, 21 years ago. It could have been. Yeah, I remember climbing in there and climbing up the ladder in the elevator shaft because they had started stripping it out. Anyway, no video documentation of that. Cell phones didn't have very good cameras in 2000. Usually like to use a milliamp meter when I do this, but I'm kind of breaking the rule right now. Here's taking a look at the powerful solid-state circuitry. Actually, I would describe this more as extremely sloppy, crude, low budget, as cheap as possible, save every penny possible construction. But hey, they do give us a schematic. I don't know how close in I can get on this. But, so we have our converter, we have one IF, we have a detector, we have a driver, and we have a push-pull audio output. The one thing I can say about this one is they definitely were not trying to get the transistor count up. So we got two electrolytics. We got one there, which is a filter. And we got one there, which is our AVC feedback. So neither electrolytic is going to make this thing totally silent. Most of the time on these I find that it's open coils, open transformers. So check this out. The speaker is held in with glue and like these melted plastic Doesn't sound like it's rubbing. There's no getting it out of there to service it, is there? We're going to start off by measuring our B plus here coming out of the battery, which we have nothing. So is this connector open? Get a pair of jumper leads. And actually, I stand corrected. I had the power switch turned off. 9.52 volts. That's from the switched side of the power switch. See, this is going to the battery, so I'm on the other side to check if the switch is bad. So I have 9 volts here, so it's totally quiet. So what's open? Start by checking our audio output transformer here, center tapped. So what do we have here? We have 9.5. What do we have here? We have 9.4. Over here we have 9.49. This is the secondary over here. So let's see if our speaker's open. And since I like to invite criticism so much, let me just do this. The speaker is not open. Okay, it just popped on and started working. I don't know, it just started working. I have inspected this over and over and over again, and I don't see any questionable solders or anything, so I don't know why it just popped on and started working, but it does sound very single-sided.
Alongside the remaining homeless residents like this woman known as the Queen. It's the cleanest park anywhere around. That's right. You don't see a purse, you're gonna have problems. Any population does not define all of us. What they're seeking is citywide cooperation and support to stop the shutdown of what they've described as LA's largest self-run homeless haven. It includes a garden and a community kitchen. In an interview with KNX, City Councilman Mitchell
Homeless utopia.
Misinformation about displacement or sweeps. What's happening at the lake? Putting people into housing where they feel medical care needed and
sounds like both sides are contributing.
So far, he says 120 people who have been experiencing.
When I short one side or the other of the driver or the output, that confirms that both sides of the push-pull are basically working. Why does it sound like this is the speaker binding?
Good afternoon. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stitch at KNX 1070 News Radio. And the weather is really kind of a roller coaster ride this week. Warm today, we really cool off tomorrow and Friday, and then we warm up big time for the weekend. Stick around, we'll tell you more about that. Your exclusive 5-day weather forecast is coming up in just a few minutes at 10:45. Some temperatures right now: Torrance 66 degrees, Burbank 64, Carly 68 degrees, downtown Los Angeles at 10:37. On this Equal Pay Day, American women's soccer player Megan Rapinoe criticizing the NCAA for what she called complete.
Okay, here's Radio Disney. Geez, where's the sensitivity?
Look, Breitbart knows. Breitbart didn't do anything to anybody. They're as legitimate journalists as anybody else out there. The elite news people lost control over who gets to be in news and who doesn't.
Okay, here's the classical station. And yeah, the speaker is shot. You know, the one part we can't replace is what's bad. That's the internal speaker. So the speaker's bad. You know what? That's the diagnosis. I don't know why it wasn't working and then suddenly started working. I mean, these speakers are like 25 cents. It's not a big deal, but getting it out of there, I guess I just break this crap off, but yeah, I think that's a good diagnosis. I'm going to leave it all original. It might lose some value if I tamper with it. Just trash. If you listen to it, it's just trash.
Throwing him out of office, that is, and opposing it.
This is what a bad speaker sounds like. So what time is it? I want to get the Radio Disney ID. And you know, I believe some hip-hop modern rework of Patrice Rushen. I believe the Michael Bloomsteyer radio sounds about the same. So this literally goes, because we don't have an AM 1130 here, this literally goes from Radio Disney to the Patriot, which is the KEIB Rush Limbaugh. So right about here would be 1130. But of course it picks up KNX because, let's open it. I want to see what's inside of it. But yeah, it's very limited. It's basically limited to AM 1130. Let's make sure we get in on that while he limits the size soda we can order. Okay, so here's what we got in the Bloomberg Radio. No schematic. We have an LS7613, whatever that is. We have a couple coils. Actually, there's 3 adjustable coils. We should be able to tweak this. I wonder what limits... I wonder what they have here that limits the range, that it's only... I mean, we should be able to tweak it, right? But I just wonder what they have that limits the actual range. Look at the size of that speaker. Jeez. What a joke. So I guess maybe this capacitor, usually they're like, I don't know, 30 to 280 or something like that. Maybe this one's only 100 to 120. So I wonder if we could tweak this to be on KNX. I mean, like for real, not just bleed through.
tax-related nightmares. I know that because I built it. If you owe the IRS, call now for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 855-TAX-BILL. 855-TAX-BILL. Sure. Apologize for what they did. And any apologies. Freeway check coming up. We've got a new crack.
Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like that'll allow you to vary it enough. I wonder if...
Traffic center will check your drive in just 2 minutes. It's 10:53. Two of LA's most famous attractions.
Okay, there's Radio Disney, so I'm dropping it down.
Apartments reopens a week later on April 8th. I'm just so excited to be opening again, and thank you for the week providing.
Okay, there's the Spanish station below KNX.
LA, which is an exhibition. I think it's gotten quite a bit of press. It's wonderful. We get to share finally with people on celebrating century of women's rights to vote and activism in Los Angeles. They're limited to 25% capacity because of COVID, so it's best to buy your tickets online in case they sell out. Emily Valdez, KNX 70 News Radio.
It's 10:54. The makeup industry has a new target customer. Men.
Marketing firm Moz says Google searches for men's makeup looks jumped nearly 80% last year compared to 2019.
I'm done.
That's helped new male cosmetics company
I'm done.
which now has products in thousands of CVS stores.
We are here today where we would have been in like 5 years had it not been for the lockdowns and quarantines and things like that. So I definitely think we've accelerated this trend.
For men who've never worn makeup, learning how to apply it may feel a bit daunting, but there are thousands of tutorials available online, and women with years of experience may also be a good resource.
CBS News correspondent Naomi Rackham says some cosmetic companies are